award in the NFL called the Walter Payton Man of the Welcome to KG5 for the statewide Under-20s Cup final. It's a rematch of last year, the Olympia Warriors and South Hobart. Probably the two best footballing factories in Tasmania and producing the young talent as we've seen in recent times in this competition. And they're preparing to go head-to-head again under the lights of KG5. A very mild night indeed for this one. It should be a cracking decider. I'm Andrew calling for Slice of Cheese. Joining me for this one on what we'll call a journey, because we're not overly familiar with the players, is Jake Morgan. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Andrew, and it's great to be here to get another look for a second year at really the best up-and-coming talent in Tasmanian football, and certainly a few memorable moments in the game last year that I remember. If I do remember it correctly, it was a late winner from Mason Atfield off the pine for Olympia that got them over the edge, and what a young player he is.
So we've just got the FFA Cup anthem just blaring out here for a proper introduction here for the players. Bit of a test run for Monday, I think, but I'm not minding it, just building the atmosphere here. What should be a pretty interesting contest. Two teams that will look to play in a positive manner. They'll move the ball about the pitch along the deck very much.
And get a load of these keeping kits out there.
Wow.
Too, Andrew. These boys out there could be directing traffic if they want to, and I think they will be directing the traffic around their 6-yard box, because there should be a few goals and there should be a few threats coming their way.
As we have a look at the Olympia Warriors team, well, there's one I remember, the Muffin, Angus Murphy at net tonight for the Olympia Warriors. Jarius Lasek, Lachlan Hardwick, we've seen a bit of in the NPL Tasmania. Jonathan Mulungala, Shaltil Tuyashimi, I'm told he's ST, that sounds far more reasonable to me. Number 7, Brayton Allen. Number 8, Benjamin Curtis, a real prospect. He's one to watch tonight. He'll be pushing for senior football. He's had a taste this year in the NPL, despite, I think, the fact he's only 15 or 16. A real prospect is Benjamin Curtis. Number 9, Jacob Bygraves. Number 10, Samuel Hills. 11, Jackson Abini. Noah Smithy Sharp was another one we saw a bit of breaking into the NPL team last year. And on the bench, Mitchell Harris. Your man Mason Atfield ready to perhaps reprise his cameo. And Lutfi Badali rounding out the team.
He's the real super sub off the bench by the looks of it, and certainly looking to recreate the heroics of last year. As we're moving on to the South Hobart lineup, number 1, Lachlan, loved by many, Hart in goal. We have number 2, Matthew O, plying his trade up and down on the flank. Number 3, Walter Dayton. And you'll be going with Man of the Day.
Man of the Year.
Man of the Year, in fact. Walter Payton, Walter Dayton. No difference there. Man of the Year, Walter Dayton. Number 4, Zach Van Tor. Number 5, Ned Goodstar. Number 6, Ewan Larby. Number 8, Riley Morton. That name probably needs no introduction when it comes to South Hobart. Number 9, Sam Toos. Number 10, Bradley Lakaseliak. Number 11, Jack Carter. And number 13, Charlie Wilkes on the bench for South Hobart, with a few extra players on the bench there over the Warriors. Have number 12, Ethan Grigg. Number 14, Hugh Fleming. 16, Samson Juju. Number 18, Samuel Cornelius. And number 21, Ruben Williams. Certainly some names to get the know in there, Cooling.
Absolutely, and great to see Charlie Wilkes back out there after a long layoff from injury. Fantastic to see him back out on the park, and obviously a favourite up here in the commentary box with that surname. So ready here is Nathan Code in the middle, and the dazzler Dale Litchens just patrolling the sidelines here for the Warriors. He's obviously moved on to the senior job, but still coaching the 20s anyway. And
this has been probably the first time that I've caught sight of Nathan Code without that glorious mullet too, and just like to say valet to the mullet of Tasmanian football.
Yeah, it was a little disappointing. That got the chop, but I don't think we'll be disappointed by this game tonight. This should be a cracker. Two fantastic young teams ready to go at it. All is in readiness here for the big cup final. Will it be the Warriors back-to-back, or can South reclaim this trophy? They've been the two powerhouses over the previous years, and we're underway in the decider here. The diagonal looking there for Bradley Lakaseljak, of course. famous name in Tasmanian football. That won't be too long before we see Laka Seljuk in the Laka Seljuk Cup again. And South through the captain Matthew O, just making some inroads down the left again. Do just bear with us a little on the names. We're learning on the fly tonight, but I think there'll be a few who make their case and we'll remember them by the end of the night.
It's going to be interesting to see the kind of setup that we get from both of these teams today calling. You'd be thinking a pretty standard 4-3-3, and that was a pretty rash challenge that we had coming in there from Lachlan Hardwick on the South Hobart player. Quite rash and just going straight through the back. Perhaps the ref will have a chat after that one, you would think, and just call him back there and have a word. Maybe a little too early for the yellow card, but a little bit of a botched clearance there from Hart for South Hobart, but his teammates get in and help him out there before competition between O and Allen ends in a throw-in.
Two players with NPL experience there as Twos heads it back to Matthew O. He works it forward to Laka Seljuk. Really looking forward to seeing what he can do. And he spreads the play well to Riley Morton. Chips it over the top, running onto it is Wilkes. He brings it down, but it's well defended in the end. Fantastically done by Smithy Sharples there to whisk it away for a corner.
Yeah, it's a really good balance on the top of the dome there. Really seal-like there from Sammy Cornelius. So may just end up going with Sammy the Seal for him for the evening there. Some brilliant balance.
Did it nicely as the corner will be swung in here by Larby to the near post. Cleared by the header, but O's first of the fall got beaten in the air nicely, and in the end drawing the free kick nicely was Samuel Hills. Just going to leave the pressure. I think we'll see both these teams looking to play at a pretty good tempo tonight. They like to move the ball around as Murfitt builds from the back here, and there'll be plenty of playing out from the back along the deck. Wouldn't be expecting too much long ball from either of these teams.
No, they're two clubs who like to play football the proper way, and just a little worrying pass there between the two South Hobart centre-backs was just nearly pounced upon, but covering quickly enough there for South Hobart was Walter Dayton, the man of the year, to get in and just divert his teammate's errant pass away. Maybe Samuel Hart just selling himself a little bit short there, but having enough time to recover into his box. Hurls it out wide to that man of the year. Gets it up to O. O just says, going to smack it cross field. Headed comfortably away by Hardwick. South recover the ball, and this diagonal ball going again through Cornelius, and they've looked dangerous on a couple of times out there, South Hobart.
Yeah, they'll look to play in Laka Seljuk and get him running at the defence wherever possible, I reckon, as Warriors smash this one up the line. Bit of a wrestling match going on. Flies over their heads, and from the back it'll be played there to the keeper. Sends it in the O direction. He nods it on, but that's cut off there by Smithy Sharples. Sends it wide, and now Brayton Allen. Wide on the right, cutting inside nicely is Brayton Allen. This is incisive stuff to the top of the box. Slightly heavy touch, but
offside.
The offside flag has been raised, as you spotted there. This move to an end, but
I think that was just your man ST. Just perhaps made his move a little bit early there to just get in behind, and in the end, trying to get back onside and get involved in the link-up play, just gave away the offside decision.
We brought back for the free kick before the offside now, I think.
Yeah, right, there you go.
A chance for the Warriors to conjure something here. Standing over the ball, Samuel Hills and Brayton Allen. Allen probably the likeliest candidate. Real key mover for this side tonight. Exciting young talent. There's Brayton Allen. What can he conjure up here? The set piece adopts the Ronaldo pose, which we'll see if that's forbearing of anything to come. Hands on the hips. Has he got the Ronaldo-like execution? Just the two in the wall.
It is even the little crossover step there.
See, he's modelling
the broad stance.
If he's truly modelling Ronaldo, forget the cross. This has got to be a shot. Brayton Allen. Well, that's not Ronaldo at all. He chips it in and headed away. Far too selfless. ST thumping that one up. And that's into the stratosphere and into the cricket nets back there.
Yeah, just got underneath that one a little bit there. Did your man ST, but perhaps going the Gaelic over and you'd be pretty comfortable there that you've done a good job. But he'll have a little bit more to offer throughout this game, you would think. South Hobart again looking to get things playing out through the back. They're really adopting that popular parting of the centre-backs that you see in modern football. Get it going quickly here, South Hobart too. It's in over the top, and they've got Jack Carter out there competing, but he loses out. Ball comes back to Cornelius, and he combines with Carter before very well defended out there on the far side from Jackson Abini, I think it is. Lovely mane of dreadlocks too.
It's an impressive setup he's got there going with the salad. Paul Hunt not with us tonight, but I'm sure he'll be casting his eye on that one for salad watches. This one's worked back to ST. He brings it down and retreats back to his fullback. So Hobart pressing here with Lakaseljak, and they force them all the way back to the muffin. Pulling off some heroics in that cup final last year. That was not so heroic. Almost got into all sorts of trouble there with twos lurking. He picks it up for South Hobart. Tried the cross, but that was blocked off by Hardwick. Throw in, but dicey stuff there.
Yeah, I was just thinking, what can he do there? But just nothing going for poor old Twos. And despite getting into a good spot to chop that off, he would have been hoping for a bit more of the Benzema type finish there, but chipped away, and they recover the ball here, South, and look to get it in quickly. Falls to the edge of the box. Here's O. Can he break for the first time? Big shot there from outside the box, but nothing quite doing it for Riley Morton. Trying to show a little bit of the relative tricks there.
Just trying to channel the Morthog a little bit here with the shot from distance. But the power, but not the direction on this occasion. Always driving well wide of the post. Getting the laces through that one. It's the Warriors again. Short from the back, and South Hobart looking to press them into a turnover, and they've done just that, taking off towards goal here. They sit off, back they go, chipping it, and they've messed that up a little bit. They'll get to the fall of the ball though, South, perhaps a chance to make some inroads. Morton couldn't beat the defender though, well done. There's a foul, I thought, on the Warriors player, and Code will bring it back after no advantage was allowed.
That was either some fantastic techers there from Riley Morton, or he just trod on the ball when he got into the box, because I thought he was about to run through a la big Nick Morton, the Morthog, but nothing really doing there before the cheap free kick was given away. Good competition down here between Lakaseljak and Noah Smithy Sharples. Cornelius recovers here, plays a little 1-2. He's got a chance to shoot, perhaps, if he can get there in time before Hardwick knocks the ball away. In comes Ned Goodsir, gets it into the middle of the box. Some great juggling skills there from Twos, but just couldn't quite get it into a position to shoot there. But really positive signs early on here from South Hobart against a team they were probably coming in billed as being less likely to win it.
Slight underdogs, but they're doing all the attacking early on here. They're buzzing about the pitch well, forcing some turnovers and twos. Just causing a few problems up top. Yeah, this one will be carried out here by Hills. Sends it down the line, not a bad ball, but Hobart defence should be able to recover it. Brought down there was Bygraves. Further afield, Ungler, and then the advanced play. Brayton Allen looking to pounce on this. Brayton Allen shaping to shoot. He cuts across the face. Still a chance here for Hills. And in the end, the South Hobart defence able to whisk it away. The danger on the counter, very present there.
Yeah, perhaps Malungala just showing a little bit of inexperience here, just allowing his run to track offside and giving Brayton Allen relatively little to work with. But could have just held that run a little bit and perhaps would have found himself in on goal to stroke home the opener. But very good signs here from the Olympia Warriors. When they do transition into their forward half, they do appear to be carrying quite a threat, and the forward press appears to be working well.
A chance to apply this one. Two's the target on the long ball, but headed down there by the impressive Salad. Long again from South Hobart. This will come down with snow on it. Two's did well to chest it down. ST played it forward, but he turned it over. To skip through the midfield was Larby, and then the foul is blown in favour of the Warriors. Approaching the 10-minute mark here. 0-0 the score. Both teams some reasonable signs in attack, and looking like a pretty end-to-end, free-flowing affair in store for us as Curtis changes the direction of the attack, and the wind just picking that one up a little bit. It's been a very windy day out here at KG5. It's died down a little bit in the last couple of hours, but I think it will be a factor this evening. Probably blowing towards the Olympia end here. More backs in the first half. We can harness that advantage. We'll wait and see. Here's Hills. Turns and charges towards goal here. Samuel Hills. Nice possess, but a little bit too much of the man. It was Ian Harvey. Nathan Coe's liking.
Did think that he got the ball here, but we'll have another look at it.
I'll clip the leg first.
Probably did just get a little piece of the leg first. You correct there, and Code, one of the up-and-coming referees in Tasmanian football, usually makes a pretty good fist of it, so I'll certainly be going with his decision for that one. Probably giving him a bit of a lengthy wall here, though.
Got them sitting off a bit. Perhaps a chance for Brayton Allen. He's a long way from home. Does have the wind at his back. It's Brayton Allen. He just sets it up into the middle of the box, and that's easily gathered there by Lachlan Hart. No troubles at all with a delivery like that. Turned it over though, and they might be punished here. Hills gets on it, slides it looking for Allen, but just overhit his pass. And they don't punish the turnover there, the Warriors.
And Hart's just been let off the hook there a little bit, I think. He did have about 3 or 4 players breaking into open space on their right wing, but couldn't get it through the middle there. Could Lachlan Hart. Now combining with centre back before a poor pass is given away by, I think, Cornelius, and it falls here to Malungala. Malungala keeps going, keeps dribbling, gets into a bit of an alley here, might have to look for some support here. Looks back and finds Benjamin Curtis. Curtis, I think, again for it's switched from a beautiful diagonal ball out here to Smithy Sharples, who just couldn't quite get on the end of that. Good play there from the Warriors.
Yeah, the wind probably just getting hold of that one, but I think we'll see plenty here. But Noah Smithy Sharples bombing on down this right-hand side. Attack-minded fullback, and his duel against Bradley Lakaseljic. I'm really looking forward to that one this evening. Could be one of the real deciding matchups as play goes down the other flank for the time being, and smashing it over the top, giving Twos a bit of a task. Tracked it nicely, Twos, and then worked it down, and he'll receive the return pass from Ned Goodsir. Now trying to get in behind was Jack Carter. And Olympia again breaking it up, and ST sends them along to Malungala. Now the switching ball played Allen the target, but he's just not called that one. The keeper catches it eventually. There was some chance that the wind was just really going to kick a hold of that one, but
you could just tell that it was going to get on the half volley a little bit to their heart, so he did quite well to gather there in the end. A little bit of over-committing there, I think, from South Hobart right back before Morton heads it on. Ball's turned over once again. A little bit of ball and dispute occurring in the middle here. Cornelius. Ball out to Ned Goodsir, the good bloke.
That was not so good, sir.
Yeah.
But the Warriors just turning the ball. When South Hobart are playing forward here, they're turning the ball over a bit more than we saw in the opening couple of minutes. It's Olympia now starting to get on top and getting their press working, and just a little sloppy out from the back thus far, South Hobart. This one's chipped for Brayton Allen to run onto. Should be dealt with by Jarius Lasek. Deflects almost fortuitously into the path of Malungala. And that was nearly disaster for South Hobart there with the clearance, turning into a wonderful little pass. I don't think he was expecting it, and took the heavy touch. The keeper scrambling, the soft touch there, and that could be 1-0.
Certainly would have been man of the year if that one had been as unfortunate enough to work its way into his own goal. But yeah, Dayton just with a little bit of dicey work at the back. They have looked a little dicey at the back early, South Hobart, despite the positives that they've shown in attack and working that forward press. There's nobody pulled out of that one between O and Smithy Sharples. Some great body work there from O. Almost a nutmeg. Perhaps he'll say he got a little bit of a foot on that, Jairus Lasek, but only again as far as a South Hobart throw in. O just sweeps the left boot at it. Could be going top corner, but plenty there for the Muffin to deal with, and he gets it going rather quickly here for Olympia.
Graves dropped it off the Hills, one back by South Hobart, and Dayton got it to Lakaseljic. Two's the target, reading it nicely, Lasek. Get it on by Malungala, and perhaps Brayton Allen a chance to burst in behind. Well done again though, Zach Van Toor on this occasion for South. Here's Lakaseljic. Good pass from the young Laka on that occasion. No, retreats back to the man of the year. Now Lachlan Hart. That's cut out though by Benjamin Curtis. He'll be doing plenty of work in the engine room for the Warriors tonight.
Geez, I could swear that from up here, Zach Van Toor is Olaf Conforti in disguise.
Shades of Conforti, isn't there? Former South Hobart. Maybe he's just taking his role in the team, in appearance, if not role.
They get it going out wide here, and there's a bit of a foot race on here between, who is that? I think young Carter.
Oh, who takes
he gets stuck right in, doesn't he? early on. I think that will be a slice of cheese, and rightfully earned there for Carter, holding nothing back. I think that was Lachlan Hardwick there, just riding the challenge.
Hardwick, one of those warriors with MPL experience, and copying that from Jack Carter. Just charging in. This one seemingly away from him, just took the man completely, more like Jack Bowell than Jack Carter there with the takedown.
Not bad, not bad.
There's nothing
well, he's
to first duties here.
Not quite going to have 24 hours to get through this one. Get it going again. Built it up over the top. Jack Bauer like in the way that he took his punishment too. Lachlan Hardwick, I have to say.
Gosh, straight back up.
Yep, just keeps going. I've been whinging about a corky from a mate for the last week.
That is true, audience, as this one is worked backwards by South Hobart, and they'll retreat back to the Conforti lookalike, Zach Van Toor. He turns onto his right foot. Sends it in the twos direction, floating over heads, and Carter
he could be off here.
Get a chance to show those wheels. I think we'll run with Jack Bauer for the rest of the evening there. Jack Carter out there, but certainly looks a lively customer down the right. He's got some pace about him. And, could stretch the Warriors' defence on this big pitch.
Yeah, and Abini's had his hands full at times with him. Involved with a little bit of a scorpion attempt there before a bit of a hacked clearance from Abini. Bradley Lakaseliak just calmly heads it down to Riley Morton. Goes out wide again to Carter. Cut off there, I think, by ST before the ball falls to Lakaseliak. Just straight down the throat. Straight down the throat there of Murford in goal for the Olympia Warriors. South Hobart's press snapping shut like the jaws of an alligator there.
Yeah, it was a good first-time effort from Lakaseliak. Just couldn't quite get it either side of the keeper, but good option to just hit it first time. Made pretty good contact as this one's chipped forward there for Hills to nod on. Oh. And it's in behind Malungula, almost getting there, but Hart first to the ball and drops it and just smashes it over the top.
Kick for touch.
Carter's quick, but he hasn't quite got those wheels, so I don't think a Ferrari would have got that one.
No, not quite. But I'm not surprised he didn't find a way to requisition a civilian's car and chase it down, but perhaps we'll be seeing that move later in the match. Warriors get things going again quite quickly. A pretty imposing challenge there. Nothing comforting about Conforti's lookalike there. Ball just goes into dispute in the middle of the ground. Cornelius and O combine before another ball's just whacked out wide for Carter and Abini to compete over, but all we get is a throw-in to the Warriors.
I said in the first few minutes I'd expected a lot of the balls along the deck here, pretty much looking to keep along the parket, but we've seen South hitting those diagonals pretty early now. They're trying to play their wingers in behind with the early release and going slightly more direct than they were in the first few minutes as Abini tries to make some inroads and wins the throw-in his third here. We have a lot offering for him at the moment.
Did see a little bit of that from senior South Hobart boys against the Zebras on the weekend. Certainly happy to knock it around early, but when necessary, they were willing to go the long ball. And if teams have adapted to the way that you're playing the short ball, then certainly no reason not to get the diagonal ball into the game and just disorganise that defence a little bit more. So probably good direction from the South Hobart coaches, but good play from the youngsters to be intelligent enough to be switching the play around. That is a glorious ball from Smithy Sharpens for Allen, but very well done there, I think, from Goodsir to knock it away.
ST coughs it up in the midfield, looks to win it back though. That's a wonderful challenge, wins it to Allen. Allen now looking back to the top of the box where it's cleared away, but cracking challenge that one there. And he's won it back again. He'll do plenty of that in the midfield tonight on ST as he gets collected after getting rid of it. Sent it wide for Smithy Sharples. Gliding inside of Lakaseljic, drops it back off for Hills. He chips it, craning to get a piece of it there, was Goodsir. And behind it goes for a corner. Just reached that one, every inch he had with Goodsir. Yeah, there will be a corner, it had to be. So the decision confirmed.
A little bit of a cheeky attempt there, I think, from Hart to pinch a goal here.
Don't mind that, that's what you want a goalkeeper.
No, I suppose, a bit like wicket keepers, they're all cheats.
Absolutely. They try to get in behind, but well defended on this occasion by Carter. Brayton Allen standing over the dead ball. All hands on deck for South Hobart. Every single defender in the box to protect this corner. No outlet if they do knock it long. This one swung to the back post. Like a Seljack, this time the clearance a little. And Allen, he would rather, we'll just let the roll out for another corner.
Just about could have let that go, almost. It's really in a dangerous position, no player lurking, but curled in with the left foot. Great delivery there. Well defended at the near post, headed away. Only as far as the Olympia player at the back post. It's just hacked in pretty early before can 40s look-alike just slaps it over the top, and the foot race is on between Abini and Carter, but Abini wins this one. Lachlan Hardwick now. Bakaseliak was closing in, but gets it comfortably out wide. Ball's chipped diagonally up over the top, but too much on at that time. Man of the year, Walter Payton. Walter Dayton rather gets the ball up over the top to Matthew O, and in the end, an Olympia throw-in.
Smithy Sharples goes further afield. Looking a lot, but popped up there. Making their way down the line. O chips it for twos. Laid it off nicely for Laka Seljack. Got in behind his defender, and he's charging gold here is Laka Seljack. Can he track this one down? He's got one in the middle. He puts the cross in, and the muffin shows a safe pair of hands there. Reflecting into his path, and he did nicely. Trying to pick out Charlie Wilkes, making the bursting run into the box. And he'll get on the ball here, Will Wilkes, and shapes to shoot from distance. Off the woodwork! Wow, what a return that would have been. Charlie Wilkes smashing it into the post. So close to a stunning opener there. Not far away. There's a Cornelius.
Well, mystery times in the box now, and that is going to do us.
He'll confirm.
We can just confirm there, Ashley, number 13 on the team sheet. We've got a double up. Was that the man Wilkes back? That's him. No dramas. Good. Some consternation there as we had number 13 listed as Sam Cornelius too, but Wilkes with the long range, just about blew to there, belting it onto the upright.
I reckon our producer would have been just up. That would have been production for the evening. He'd have been out the pitch celebrating that one.
Great decision there from Code. Just to notice the little chest down there from the Warriors player.
Not have played too much in recent years, Wilkes, but he's clearly got his confidence up. He took that shot on,
and he hit it hard, didn't he?
Fantastic fist of it. And it's South again on the attack. Twos. He'll work it across. Can he find Carter? Jinks inside, back to Twos. Twos with a clever little back heel, steady. Retreats. Morton didn't make the nice contact he was after there. Didn't quite hit it as intended. Twos looking lively up top here for South Hobart tonight.
Yeah, really enjoyed his game. He likes to get involved with the little 1-2s. Loves to be involved in the pressing, which is something that I always want to see in a young striker these days. Some got to be willing to do those hard yards defensively to manufacture the chances that they'll end up snaveling up. So just about been my man of the match so far, Twos. He's been causing all kinds of trouble up top, linking up really well with Wilkes, who I thought was Cornelius up until a minute ago, as well as Lakaseliak and Brayton Allen here with a beautiful ball over the top aside from our ramblings. He gets it back. Brayton Allen just about attempts to chip him, but falls away for a South Hobart goal kick.
A combination between Allen and Bygraves there. It was a sharp counter as we have another look at this absolute rocket from Wilkes. Far away from opening in a spectacular fashion.
And Murphy,
good fist of it.
He made a damn good effort of attempting to get to that ball. Everything looking good about that. So there's some of the talent on display that you can see from some of the finest footballing youngsters in Tassie. Abini rather, in some dangerous space. Or the ball knocked away. Looking a little bit unhappy over there was Zach Van Toor with that decision. Just maybe thinking it came off Abini before some combination here ends with a South Hobart goal kick.
Well, he's a referee himself, Zach Van Toor, so probably well qualified to be questioning decisions tonight, I'd have thought. But perhaps might just have the South Hobart goggles on tonight, laying up in defence for his side. So they'll try and work their way out from the back here. Wilkes gets his pocket picked by ST, and then he gets into the back. The Olympia youngster who will get a free kick for his side.
Yeah, some bit of shirt tugging going on there from Wilkes too, so rightfully picked up by the linesman who just alerted Code to that decision there.
Shatio Tuyashimi. He gets stuck in, doesn't he? He's been flying for challenges. He knows only one way to go about it, and that's full-blooded, and really doing well in the midfield so far for the Warriors. Winning the ball back for his side, and there's a free kick in a good position here. Hills to swing it in. Repelled away. He might get a second bite at it though, Hills. Looks to take on Seljak. Matthew O came in and was just a bit too forceful. Free kick loan. An even better position for the Warriors here. He wants to take it quick. Hills does just that. Tries to catch him out. One in the air. Van Tour. And the keeper Hart able to collect.
Ball gets going on the right-hand side here for South Hobart. A combination between Goodser. A beautiful ball attempted there from Riley Morton, but chopped out. ST combining in the middle. It's out wide here for the Warriors. Samuel Bygraves tries to get a cross on, but can't wrap his boot around it enough, and just looks to the heavens in anguish before Lachlan Hart earns himself another goal kick.
From the back, look to build again. Matthew O wants it over the top. Instead he goes short to Seljak, and ST wearing him like a cheap suit. Forces a slightly dicey pass. Malungala trying to get in behind, and covering back in defence. It was Seljak looking back for his side, while Matthew O had bombed on a little.
Yep, certainly was being worn like a cheap suit there, and not a marquage suit. The expensive suits. Ball here. Hurled in for the Warriors. Lungala combining here, a couple of Warriors players before a botched clearance is belted away by O. Comes back in the middle here. Lesick attempting to move it forward. Before last man back here is Hardwick for the Warriors. Getting closed down here, and they're getting themselves into a bit of trouble. Lachlan Hardwick managed to hold off about 3 South Hobart players there on his own. Full credit to that young man. Showing a bit of his NPL experience out there, Andrew Cooling.
Yeah, Smithy Sharples won a good challenge and worked it forward.
I really like the way O gets stuck into his football too. He never pulls out of any challenges, and that can be the mark of being the kind of player that succeeds in the higher levels when you get a bit older. You certainly need to be unafraid of putting everything into every challenge. That is something that Matthew O has always done in the 2 years that I've been watching him play.
He's got the captain's armband tonight, and you can see he does leave from the front out there with the way he plays. He really puts himself about the pitch and fully committed in defence. The Warriors have worked their way through the South Hobart press here. Can they make something of it? Charging forwards is the impressive Curtis, but some of his team made a little short there. Able to get back on it was Hills, and dispossessed in the end by a backtracking Riley Morton. Now Hardwick out the back, turns on it. Time to carry it out as South to sit off on this occasion. Matthew O breaks it up, but turn back over. A bit scrappy here at the moment. All the way back to Murfitt. Try down the other side. Twos across Abini. Down the line now. The foot race was starting to develop, but it rolls out of play. The throw in can be taken by Ned Goodser. Well, no, it will be in fact a Warriors ball after a change of decision.
And Goodser has not been a good bloke there, and just leaves the ball 15 metres away from where the throw will have to be taken. But fair enough, gives you a chance to organise your defence a little bit more. That is the intelligent way to play the game. Bit of combination on the top of the box here for Malungala, but he only coughs the ball up. Ball's just whacked up by Van Toor. Riley Morton competing in the midfield. Geez, a bit of a real attempted hack there from Curtis, and Morton rightly earns that free kick before a juggling mark's taken out on the left wing by Seljak to get the ball away.
Plenty of fouls in this one so far.
There have been.
Getting stuck in.
Wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing 2 or 3 minutes at the end of this first half, despite the fact that there haven't been injuries. There's been a lot of stoppages in the play. Probably count 6 or 7 goal kicks already just for the Warriors, but ball given up here in a dangerous spot. Malungala, beautiful ball out the side. It's Brayton Allen. A little bit of a heavy first touch, and very well kept there from Lachlan Hart. Showing his value as a keeper there, young Lachlan Hart. Quick off his line and collects very comfortably.
Yeah, Allen just with the touch to just let him in. He gave him an inch, and that was all the keeper needed. He got out there as an Olympia player down behind the goals here. Yeah, brief stoppage in his legs is not what we like to see. Stretch out being killed for. It's a concerning sign. Is that Brayton Allen there? Might have come off second best. The keeper getting the ball and just landing awkwardly on the ankle there, I think, and he's pulled up very properly and maybe pulling a hamstring.
The top of the hamstring. It could be
game over. That's a concern. His immediate reaction was grabbing the hamstring. So we'll see how that develops. That would be a huge blow for the Warriors if Brayton Allen were to go down. We'll see if he can continue. Zabini,
a man down now.
Charges forward. Temporarily down to 10 as Zabini can't keep this one in play.
Certainly do hope that Brayton Allen will be able to get back up and get contributing, but they do have options on the bench. Do the Warriors, the hero from last year, could be popping out a little bit earlier this week.
Well, it was Dale Litchin's substitutions that turned that final last year. So the Dazzler got up his sleeve tonight, I wonder.
Could be the same card.
Perhaps.
But that's always great when it's an ace.
It was the ace up the sleeve last season. That is for sure. As work it back, South Hobart.
The good news is that Allen's back on his feet behind the play. He seems to be walking. Hopefully it was just a little bit of a tweak and maybe an instance of hurt pride rather than a torn muscle or anything as serious as that. So hopefully the young man is right to get up and continue after having probably one of the best chances of the game, only denied by a superb piece of keeping. But they get it going here out wide. I think this is good, sir. Combines in the middle with Twos. Twos tries to dribble past Twos. Gets his head up. Does Matthew O. Competing hard here before he just slips and gives the ball away. A great ball up the middle here. Malungala, foot race. Well kept there again by Lachlan Hart. He's looked really good off his line, hasn't he, Andrew?
Yeah, he's playing the sweeping role well. There's Matthew O. Very late in on the challenge there. And liking the treatment he received, Noah Smithy Sharples. But a slice of cheese issued Matthew O.'s way.
I didn't think so initially. I'll have to have another look. Yeah, it's a cheese.
That's very late. That's definitely a cheese.
Yeah.
So
could have thought he has been paid by a gangster to exact a little bit of revenge there, just going for the kneecapping there, Matthew O. But Smithy Sharples will be fine and lob it up the middle, but couldn't get up and under that one as much as he wanted to. Twos. Ball's just whacked in over the top, attempted to get to Lakaseliak. Smithy Sharples deals with it. Lovely footwork there from Lachlan Hardwick, selling a bit of candy. Urbini gets on his bike. Coming up against Good Sir out here. Good Sir does good. All only falls to Malungala. Malungala twists and turns. He's got Carter for company. They just play it back. Up to be safe in possession here, the Warriors. Or again to Hardwick, she's showing some fantastic feet there for a centre-back.
And meanwhile, Brayton Allen will not be right to continue. He just tried to sprint on the sideline near touch side, pulled up after about 5 paces. His night is done.
Ooh,
so a substitution in the offing here for the Olympia Warriors. We'll see who they bring on, but Brayton Allen out, and that's a big blow for them. He's a key mover, but then on the attack here through Curtis, worked it to Hills, now looks to slide it across, and well defended O, prevented the corner in the end, and Twos has really pushed back in defence. O looking for Lakaseliak, just outpointing Smithy Sharples, who exacts a little bit of revenge for that earlier foul of O, and he'll get a slice of cheese of his own. The old revenge foul there for Smithy Sharples. He did not miss.
Almost like is it Ronaldo and Lampard that do a great revenge foul on each other? I can remember in the game, and when the second one comes in, there's just a little bit of a high five and said, well, fair enough, I think that one.
I'll let you introduce the substitution here, Morgs.
Who could this be? It's just the hero from last year, Mason Atfield. So exciting times here to get a look at the man who made the difference when these two sides met.
Can he turn the game again? He was dynamic off the bench last season in the decider.
And when you've got a record like that, you're always going to have commentators talking about you.
Especially when that's the only game either of us have seen in most of these two teams in the last 12 months.
I know talent when I see it, Andrew Calling. The ball is knocked up the right-hand wing before it's won. The good header from a beanie. There and all. Geez, that's an ambitious shot, was it? No. Geez, just attempting to switch that, I think he was. Right across the other side to Bygraves, who'd just been found on the overlap, and that frankly would have been a Mesut Ozil-like pass.
Wasn't too far away.
No.
Pretty good fist to it there, trying to spring Bygraves in behind.
Some good vision, but perhaps two slightly easier and better options closer by. But a lot of this kind of scrappy contested work in the middle of the park going on, probably for the last 10 minutes or so. Looking to get Carter working diagonally. The battle between Beanie and Carter has been something to behold so far, and Smithy Sharples and Lakaseliak on this side. More seems to be the pace and space going in behind rather than a tight tactical battle when we're heading back the other way between O and formerly Braden Allen. Lakaseliak now well defended by Smithy Sharples. You can tell why he's highly rated at Olympia.
To the muffin. Yeah, it's certainly not been a real tactical grind. It's been fire wagon type football for the most part, end to end. It's a little bit scrappy at times, but both teams are certainly showing the intent to attack. And the Warriors move it forward here through Ben Curtis. He charges in towards the defence, draws a couple of defenders, then spreads it wide for the substitute Hatfield. Crosses back in, and that's nicely defended away there by Zach Van Toor. Behind for a corner. Good move there, and Curtis quickly drawing a crowd. As Hatfield's first involvement, just to send that one across the box. Samuel Hills strides across to take the corner.
Couldn't bring myself to run with shields for him.
Let's see what he can do here with his left peg. He's got a few to pick out the box. It's a dangerous ball, but well away. Only as far as Curtis, who tried the ambitious volley on the top of the box and didn't quite catch it right.
You know, if Lucas Hill is the mountain, then perhaps Hills is the Alps.
The Alps are pretty big, man.
Yeah.
We'll have to work on that one. Perhaps. He's quite got the stature to go with his name.
Some good closing in there from the Olympia's attack, with Ben Curtis providing a bit of fire there for Lachlan Hardwick. Olympia looking good, holding onto the ball in the middle. How good has Lachlan Hardwick been at the heart of their defence too?
Yeah, you can tell why Dale Hitchens has given him a bit of senior football this season. He's read the play very intelligently. Not that much as Smithy Sharples tries to play it in there to Malungala. Steamed away again. Looks off a shoulder. Olympia got on top as the half's worn on after a pretty bright start from South Hobart. They're starting to work their way on top, and Malungala tried to take that one in stride, but couldn't do so. And now Van Toor looks for Lakaseliak, but flies over his head. And again, it's just breaking down at the moment for South, and they're playing it forward. Not quite hitting their targets.
No, which often does occur in younger leagues as the match wears on. Just a little bit of tiredness starts to affect the skills. But having said that, it's certainly been a more than eventful first 38 minutes or so here at King George V.
A physical game, that's for sure. I don't think I've seen anyone out there shirking a contest. It's been one flying in as the Warriors through the middle again. Curtis dropped it off for Hills, chips it over the top for Hatfield, racing in behind. It didn't sit for him, and able to defend it away quite nicely in the end was Good Sir. Just didn't sit for Mason Hatfield. To weave in behind.
Yeah, but well defended there from Good Sir to just knock it away. A beanie. Makes it into the box, falls at the edge here. Just a tempted strike with, I think that was Malungala offside there. Shot coming in from Curtis, well wide there. Another goal kick. Falls the way of South Hobart. Probably about the 11th of the game, I reckon, to them. We had a counter on it. Just happened to knock the ball around in front of their goal here for a little bit, South, before Route 1 football is taken.
Long in the twos direction. holds it down. He's got the build of a target man, but he's done plenty of aerial work tonight. There's twos. Here's Matthew O. Goes with the diagonal. In over the head of Carter, and they're just missing with these diagonals at the moment, South, and it's a little bit scrappy. Olympia him back in early, but they've not really been able to apply that press too much since the Warriors starting going a little bit more direct themselves, and that's good strength shown by Ben Curtis, charging through the middle. His pass across here for Bygraves, and Matthew O across to smash that one into touch. Curtis is starting to come into this one now and take control of the midfield a little. A highly rated midfielder for the Warriors. He's one we'll see in the years to come. You know for himself. In the back here is Darius Lasek. Lasek foraging forward. Oh, that's a wonderful ball. ST, the target, couldn't quite get on the end of it. Just a little too sharp in the end, but cutting a sway through the midfield there. That's the Olympia defender jumping up into the play, making something happen. Darius Lasek. This one's worked for Riley Morton. Wide. Carter got on there. Now I'm back to Atfield. Line again, it was broken up in defence by Van Toor. The man of the year retreats to his goalkeeper. There's pressure by Atfield. Swings it centrally. Just down by Wilkes to Lacasseljak. Turning and playing a clever little ball for Wilkes. That was smart, and now they'll look to thread it through for the pacey twos, but the Muffin should be able to gather that one easily enough. It's a loud flamingo-like kit he's rocking tonight, the Muffin.
And as you've said to me in the past, the logic behind those high-vis keepers kits these days is just apparently that it makes strikers more inclined to aim directly at the keeper, which is certainly a fascinating piece of research, one that I wasn't sure was so true, but one that also does appear to be true if we just have a look at that last piece of play there, straight down the throat of the pink.
As the Warriors build from the back again, this one has worked to Hills, who sends it down the line for Atfield, but asking a bit too much of him there. Zach Van Toor across in defence. Carter surrounded by Warriors. Somehow weaves his way through. He's done really well there, Carter, and then he's just overhit that one. And twos, again, not being done any favours with the service tonight. He's fighting hard, but he's feeding on scraps at the moment, is young Sam Twos.
Yeah, they've just lost a little bit of cohesiveness, perhaps, South Hobart, than what they were showing in the first 15 to 20 minutes. It's been a pretty even game, and really, other than twos, or rather Wilkes' shot from distance, there haven't been too many efforts that have seriously tested the keepers, despite more than enough opportunities in front of goal.
Wilkes will chase after this one, but again, well defended there by Hardwick. It's out of play. Wilkes probably with the moment of the first half, coming closest to opening the scoring. That off it from distance. Brayton Allen, who's now for the hamstring injury, with the Warriors' best chance. That's a clever looking throw. Almost unlocks him at the back here. How's it going to sit for Lacasseljak? He manufactures a dipping effort. But Murphy was confident he had covered, but it was dropping there at the back post. Quite fine at the back of the old onion bag, though.
Jeez, I wasn't confident that Murphy had that covered. I wasn't confident that it wasn't going in, frankly. Just about nearly got a truly ridiculous goal off this, perhaps. Not sure if he was attempting the shot. If he was, that was a pretty extraordinary effort. Competed in the middle there between ST and twos. And he gives the ball away there. Does Lasek for Olympia before it's well kicked away there by Noah Smithy Sharples before the onrushing Lacasseljak could arrive.
Last minute of regulation time in the first half here. A minute or so added on from the Allen injury, but no major stoppages as this one will be swung in by Larby to the near post. Looking under it in the end was Van Toor. Back out in the Larby direction, he'll just stand it back up into the middle and get a directed goalward, but straight at Murphy, who gets it moving quickly. And he hits Curtis. He's looking for Malungala. He tracks it down. South Hobart getting back on mass here, but good strength shown there from Malungala. Now the long switching diagonal looking to spring in. Bygraves, who gets there and couldn't quite direct the shot. Not dealt with it all well by South Hobart at the back, and nearly a huge blow as 2 minutes signalled here to end the first half.
Gee, once you let that one bounce, you're going to be in a bit of trouble, I think. Probably had time to get in and under and claim that one, Lachlan Hart. Perhaps could have just had a bit of a shout from one of the defenders there too, but getting away with that one there would have been heartbreaking for them to go up 1-0.
Official has signalled an additional 2 minutes of extra
South
time.
Hobart picking up in the midfield. Moving it forwards. Left for Smithy Sharple, so here's the area, and then that's a dicey back pass. They've turned it right over here and invited some danger. Looking forward is Hills for the Warriors here. Just held it up, gliding inside. He wants some support to arrive, but really came. So opposite to pick out Mason Hatfield, who's offside. Unfortunately, the crowd goes up, but the flag was raised. Mason Hatfield almost made himself the hero again.
That is going to be exceptionally close. I don't think he's offside.
Oh, he's not.
He is not offside.
Oh, that's not a great angle. That doesn't look offside.
No.
And what a finish. The flag was up immediately, but wow.
I think the flag was up immediately at Malungala. Malungala looked to be about 2 yards offside there. Controversy here at KG5 in the last minute of the half. Absolute controversy with the goal from Mason Hatfield. Ruled out for offside. And looking at it again, jeez.
I don't think he was.
I don't think he was.
So I nods it on. Jeez, it was a good ball and finish. It's disappointing, really. It's robbed the final of a wonderful goal. It was a peach of a ball, and the finish even better from that man, Hatfield, the cup final specialist.
Samuel Hills with the ball that was played in there was just marvellous in between the right back and the centre back, perfectly through the window between the two of them, and Mason Hatfield did a really good job to run onto that one. Jeez, guys.
Oh, they almost get another chance to get the goal back anyway. It's not the first time tonight that Hart's distribution's been a little bit shaky. And smashed that one straight at Bygraves. And that brings the first half to an end. It'll go in locked at 0-0. The Warriors, perhaps unfortunate, they should be ahead. A goal ruled out in controversial circumstances in the final minute of the half. South Hobart dodge a bullet, and they'll head into the half locked at 0-0 with it all still to play for. But a major talking point as we head into the sheds for an intriguing first 45 here at KG5. It's Olympia 0, South Hobart. Down, but it's well defended in the end. Fantastically done by Smithy Sharples there to whisk it away from Larby to the near post. In by the header, but O's first to the ball got back in the air nicely, and in the end drawing the free kick nicely. Brayton Allen, well, that's not Ronaldo at all. He chips it in and headed away. Up to himself. ST thumping that one up. That's into the stratosphere and into the cricket nets back. All the way back to the muffin. Off some heroics in that cup final last year. That was not so heroic. Almost got into all sorts of trouble there with twos.
Get it in quickly. Falls to the edge of the box. Here's O. Can he break for the first time? Big shot there from outside the box, but nothing quite.
Perhaps a chance to make some inroads. Morton couldn't beat the defender though. Well done. There's a foul I thought on the Warriors player, and Code will bring it back after no advantage was there.
In comes Ned Goodsir. Gets it into the middle of the box. Some great juggling skills there from twos, but just couldn't.
And the advantage play. Brayton Allen looking to pounce on this. Brayton Allen shaping to shoot. He cuts it across the face. Still a chance here for Hills. And in the end, the South Hobart defence able to whisk it away. The danger on the end-to-end free-flowing affair in store for us as Curtis changes the direction of the attack, and the wind just picking that one up a little bit. We'll wait and see. Here's Hills. Turns and charges towards goal here. Samuel Hills. Nice possess, but a little bit too much of the man away from home. Does have the wind at his back. It's Brayton Allen. He just sets it up into the middle of the box, and that's easily gathered there by Lachlan Hart. No troubles at all. Was it all with a delivery like that? Turned it over though, and they might be punished here. Hills gets on it, slides it looking for Allen, but just overhit his pass. And they don't punish the turnover there, the Warriors. And hard to run onto. Should be dealt with by Jarius Lasek. Deflects almost fortuitously into the path of Malungala. that was really good.
There's nobody pulled out of that one between O and Smithy Sharple. Some great body work there from O. Almost a nutmeg. Perhaps he'll say he got a little. Only again, as far as a South Hobart throw in. O just sweeps the left boot at it. Could be going top corner, but plenty there. Race on here between. Oh, who is that? I think young Carter.
Oh, who takes
a stuck right in, doesn't he? Early on, I think. Goes out wide again to Carter. Cut off there, I think, by ST before the ball falls to Lakaseliak. Just straight down the throat.
They're pretty good contactors. This one's chipped forward there for Hills to not on. And it's in behind. Malungula almost getting there, but Hart first to the ball. It off nicely for Lakaseliak. Got in behind his defender, and he's charging gold. Here is Lakaseliak. Can he track this one down? He's got one in the middle. He puts the cross in, and the muffin shows a safe pair of hands there. Reflecting into his path, and he did nice in the box. And he'll get on the ball here at Will Wilkes and shapes to shoot from distance. Off the woodwork. Wow, what a return. That would have been Charlie Wilkes. Smack. Jinks inside back to Twos. Twos with a clever little back heel. Steady. Retreats. Morton didn't make the nice contact he was after there. They'll try and work their way off the back here. Wilkes gets his pocket picked by ST, and then he gets into the back. The Olympia youngster who will free kick
up here in a dangerous spot. Malungula, beautiful ball out the side. It's Brayton Allen. Little bit of a heavy first touch and very well kept there from Lachlan Hart. There again by Lachlan Hart. He's looked really good off his line, hasn't he, Andrew?
Yeah, he's playing the sweeping role well. There's Matthew O. Very late in on the challenge there. It's O looking for Lakaseliak, just outpointing Smithy Sharples, who sacks a little bit of revenge for that earlier foul of O, and he'll get a slice of cheese of his own.
A good header from a beanie. They're in all. Geez, that's an ambitious shot, was it? No, geez, just attempting to switch that, I think he was.
For you to pick out the box. It's a dangerous ball, but well away, only as far as Curtis, who tried the ambitious volley on the top of the box.
Fascinating piece of research, one that I wasn't sure was so true, but one that also does appear to be true if we just have a look at that.
Brayton Allen, who's now off with a hamstring injury with the Warriors' best chance. That's a clever looking throw. Almost unlocks him at the back here. How's it going to sit for Lakaseliak? He manufactures a dipping effort. But Murphy was confident he had covered.
Away there does Lisek for Olympia before it's well kicked away there by Noah Smithy Sharple.
Major stoppages as this one will be swung in by Larby to the near post. Ducking under it in the end was Van Toor. Back out in the Larby direction. He'll just stand it back up into the middle and get a directed goal, but straight at Murphy. Now the long switching diagonal looking to spring in. Bygraves who gets there and couldn't quite direct the shot. Not dealt with it all well by South Hobart. Just held it up, gliding inside. He wants some support to arrive. None really came, so opposite to pick out Mason Hatfield, who's offside. Unfortunately, the crowd goes up, but the flag was raised. Mason Hatfield almost made it.
Job to run onto that one. Jeez, guys.
Oh, they almost get another chance to get the goal back anyway. It's not the first. We are back for the second 45 here at KG5. The statewide under-20s cup final, Olympia and South Hobart locked at 0-0. Olympia thought they'd opened the scoring just prior to half-time. And then Mason Atfield goal ruled out for offside in contentious circumstances. So a bullet dodged here for Max Clark's Troopers. He's
run onto that one.
What is it, the moment with his team? They're the first out of the block.
Almost get another chance.
They did start the first half really well.
Anyway.
The first 10 minutes, South Hobart looked the better team. They were on top, but Olympia looked their way in control of the contest and with a better team as the half wore on.
Put it up, gliding inside here.
Oh, and here it is again as we just have a look at it. There is the moment. What a glorious ball. Straight through. Glorious finish. But the flag was raised. Flag raised, meaning that we're locked at 0-0 heading into this half.
Yes, and still all to play for. And look, that's just one of the many variables in a game of football. It's something you've got to deal with. It's something these young players, I'm sure, will encounter many times in their career. It's how you deal with that adversity that is the mark of you. And we'll have to see.
One thing that I will say about it is that there isn't perhaps really another sport in the world that places as much pressure on the decisions that referees have to make, and that is something that we should all consider in times such as these. But South Hobart, the lob ball diagonally beginning the same way as they started the first half. Just see Wilkes come together with Hardwick there, nobody pulling out there. Ball attempted to be played through to Malungala, but Mantour comfortably away before Riley Morton. The ball is surrendered though to the Warriors. Out wide it goes to Mason Atfield before Matthew O just chops it from the feet of two, puts it 20 metres up the pitch and earns himself a throw. Somehow.
Tackle the ball. Well, he certainly sold his case well there, Matthew O. Might well have taken the touch. I think the ref and the linesman were in agreement on that one, as he'll take the throw in his one here, and he was looking for twos. He worked it across. Perhaps a chance for Wilkes to manufacture one from distance. We didn't catch that one quite as sweetly as his effort in the first half. Rattling the post with an effort from distance, and our producer's just asking for a little bit more from the boy. We'll see if Charlie Wilkes can one better than that shot that was ferociously hit. It's part of a pretty furious opening to the game from South Hobart. They really came out with an intent. It had the Warriors on the back foot, but they worked their way through it well and did look the better team as the first half wore on. So we'll see if that pattern resumes in the second half. Over the head of Curtis. Then Tour into the middle. It falls the way of Wilkes. I'm not sure he intended it, but his pass unable to find Laka Seljack out there on the left wing. The Warriors throw in. Miscontrolled, and the Muffin sweeps across and just belts it away down from Malungala in the bullseye. Curtis scrapping away there with Wilkes. Blunted effort there on a beanie. They go and work forward by Good Sir. In a scrap in the middle, Curtis emerges with it, plays at the Hills. Hills now sends it wide looking for Atfield. Matthew O
had to do that.
Did well. Wasn't sure if his keeper was going to collect or not, and made the right decision in the end, the fullback.
In a very awkward spot was that ball coming through for Matthew O. Any doubt whether he leaves it? Mason Atfield could swoop. So just not really leaving that one to chance. As we see now the Warriors start to get things moving. Ball in a dangerous spot here. Whacked away between Benjamin Curtis and the breaking South Hobart player in Riley Morton. And Tor can't compete there with, I think, Lasek, and the ball is turned over. Just pinging about here, really, isn't it? Turnover just about every 5 seconds.
Yeah, neither team able to really maintain possession, and they'll try and change it here. Charging forwards here. This is a scything run, and it falls to Malungala. Now broken up, but wins it back, and now a chance to send it down the line for a beanie who's overlapping the fullback. He continues to drive into the box, and it's a little chip almost teeing up. Bygraves couldn't quite find him. And here's Curtis back to a beanie who stayed forward. Malungala trying to return it to his fullback. Track it down eventually. Working in the tight confines here, turning his Bygraves. Eventually eventually South Hobart are able to whisk it away. Chested down by twos and then smashed over the top for Laka Seljack to chase, but go all the way back there to the Muffin, who miscontrols and for a moment thought he invited some danger. An opportunity to get rid of it. Hardwick with, or the sec rather, a bit of a Muffin under there, and Wilkes with a forceful header out of play.
Yeah, a little bit worrying there at the back from Murphy. Just his eyes off the ball for a second there and was a little bit more worried about the on-rushing twos. Olympia get things going again. Wollongala. Just a little bit of the old shout out there from Bygraves, perhaps earning the free kick. Didn't see a lot in that one.
I'm not sure about what I saw. I definitely heard a crunch though. He certainly copped a whack.
Yeah, there you go.
Heard that one, but Warriors turn it over again. South Hobart win it back. Twos dispossessed by Curtis. Hardwick playing it forward. Warriors in control at the moment. Hardwick chips it over the top for a couple of runners, but it finds its way all the way to Hart. Before Melinda can get there.
Some good shepherding work there from Van Toor to just body check and make sure that Molongala couldn't get in and just snap that one up. Good communication at the back there from the South players. Just seeing a lot of turnovers in midfield at the moment before the ball seemed to be getting played up over the top. South Hobart reach to contest this one. It's Bradley Lakaseldia. A little bit of company from the Olympia player, but earns himself a throw. Matthew O now to get things going, and you'd think he's going to go back to Ewan Larby. He does. Larby just miscontrols there, and it falls away to Molongala. Larby's got to chase him now, try and put that pressure on him. Doesn't quite close it down enough. Now we've got Bygraves. There's two in the box for Bygraves. Goes low, goes to nobody in particular. Ball whacked away there from Van Toor before a very soft free kick is paid to, I think, your man, ST.
Not overly thrilled with the decision as twos. Protesting his point vociferously, but they change their mind as they spread it wide right here, and Atfield on the ball. Flip back. A little deflection there, and eventually steered away by the man of the year. And he'll play it forward to Jarice the second. Just looking at that Australia flag on the sideline. The wind appears to have done a 180 at half time, and it looks like it's
and that's been sold out for Abini. Abini just gets enough of that right boot into it. One of those few occasions where you'd be glad you've got a right-footed player playing on that left-handed side.
Bailed them out on that occasion. We've seen both teams a little unconvincing out from the back at times tonight. It's probably where most of the chances in this game have come from, the turnovers coming out from the back.
I think it has a lot to do with the fact that really trying to play cutting-edge football, and these are young players, but it's the right way to teach them. You might not necessarily get everything right in every minute of the game, but it is the correct way to get people to play the game, and playing out from the back and being positive and attempting to play with the ball rather than just lumping it long, which can be resorted to at times, but it's good to see that the primary route for both of these clubs is to do it the classy way.
Yeah, much better for their development. The other factor, of course, a lot of under-20 players in the senior teams for both these sides, as it is for the youthful squads, as the Warriors look to break lovely little back heel that from Hills, and tees up the overlapping Bygraves, who's charging on, look to thread it through from Olungala, but nicely defended by Van Toor. Gives chase.
Having a really good half, Van Toor. He's been cutting out everything that's coming his way, but just couldn't quite get enough of a leg to that one. The man ST goes from long range, but straight down the throat of the Beacon keeper there. And Hart just lobs it away with the biggest kick that we've seen of the night.
And the Australia flag now blowing the opposite direction again, and a bit of a swirling breeze perhaps, but that got a hold of that ball. That flew an absolute mile as Olympia play out from the back again, charging forwards. Bygraves starting to become a bit of an outlet for him. Albini combining with him. Albini tracked this one down. He strains to keep it in. Did it well, Albini. Now he charges into the box. Lovely ball, that one, trying to find Hills. But well defended again from South Hobart, putting numbers back. So they almost turn it over at the back here. Well, the sec. Carter. There he goes. Going to be throw in. Brendan Lagaseljic just marching up the stand here. over. Bradley Cassandra on number 10. Threatened to win for South Hobart at times, but progressively South Hobart seeing less of the ball as the game has developed. Here's Labini with the throw. It's a real heave, and I don't think anyone was expecting that. Behind a goal kick for Hart. Hart assessing the options and dropping it off short on this occasion. Carried out by the man of the year. Plays it for Wilkes. Back to Dayton. Charges forward. Turns it to Lakaseljak. Oh, broken up. It was a dangerous looking ball for O, who made the bursting run.
He did well there, Smithy Sharples, but it was a dangerous type of defending. He wasn't really close to his man. He just positioned himself to chop that passing lane, but he chopped it well. And in the end, it didn't get through to O before this big diagonal ball. He just chased hard, and then a bit of the Sergio Ramos there from Smithy Sharples too. Just grabs the elbow, does a little bit of a spin and says, slam down.
Sergio on the receiving end of it. Matthew O. Throw in.
Just starting to think, Andrew, could it be a real magic of the cup type of evening? Late drama, perhaps. The closer we draw to it, the more likely it becomes.
Yeah, the longer it stays at 0-0, the more likely one goal either way will settle the contest. Who will it be to make themselves the hero tonight? Statewide Under-20s Cup final, locked at 0-0. In the middle here is ST. Now the outside of the boot ball, Malungula racing onto it. South Hobart plenty back and just buffered it off it by O. Did it nicely. The South Hobart fullback went looking for Lakaseljak. Does well to win it and keep it in. Then combines with Riley Morton, but this should be dealt with on the back. Now a chance. Number 6 there, Larby. The switching ball broken up though by a Beanie. Atfield. It's possessed by Van Tour. I thought he might have fouled him there. Call. Scrapping away again is a Beanie. He's been heavily involved early in the second half here. So much of Olympia's play flying down this left at the moment. And the fullback really pushing on. Prominent.
Salad of the week, surely, Paul Hunt.
Has to be. Absolutely has to be. Some action on the South Hobart bench here. Seeing what change they're making. And we're going to just wait up for a moment before that switch will be made.
Looked like it was your man Jack Bauer. Some brilliant work here up the line before Riley Morton is just able to knock that one away from Samuel Hills. A little bit of a screen from handball on twos there. A few Angry's calls from the Warriors faithful there.
That was over that one, so that will be the substitution here, and that will be the end of Jack Carter's day. And he will be replaced by Samson Juju.
Substitution for South Hobart coming off. Jack Carter coming
Some good juju, I think.
Yeah,
Juju.
could be good juju for South, or bad juju. We'll have to see. Their fate will be determined in the next 33 minutes. There's Max Clark there. Looks to bring some juju into the game. Got a little over half now to make his mark. We saw last year substitutions turning the final. As this one's worked into the box. Teed up. Ben Curtis looking to drive. His shot was blocked nicely. Collected by Hart. He's put through a Benjamin Curtis.
Geez, they were like hungry hippos. Those South defenders there just snapping in to grab that ball up. Ball gets going over here to Matthew O. Great competition between him and Smithy Sharples at times. Field back to help out. So we see now Wilkes in the midfield. Brilliant raking cross ball, but Juju just wasn't quite on the same wavelength as that ball. Just a little bit of a perhaps harder to execute version of the earlier one, but Juju intercepts here. Just knocks it into the path of twos. 1-2 here for Juju. He's got a bit of support. That's good, sir. In to help him out. Just chips a cross ball. Ooh, and it just couldn't be risen to there by Bradley Lakaseljak before Smithy Sharples finds himself in possession. Mind you, he sells out his teammate short, Riley Morton, knowing that he was offside. Twos! And a brilliant save there from Murphy at his near post to knock that one away. The best chance of this second half. South's attack just starting to come alive here. Excellent decision from the linesman there to let that player just get back on side.
Trying to sneak it in near post there and driving it hard, but the Muffin covering the near post as keep out worth the assault will do, as this one's thrown further afield. It'll be dealt with at the back there. Eventually Lasek, he'll have to have a second crack at it. The Hobart player comes in and puts it into touch, but it's a good moment there, and it started the first half well. And to do the same in the second half. Can they land a decisive blow? The Warriors carrying out a defence, charging away here. Just running out of real estate in the end and running it straight out of play. So Hobart can take advantage. As it away from Lakaseljak. Or he could chest it down. Two's offering a lead, but short for Lakaseljak. And again, small incremental gains here down the line. Now they're going to launch this one into the box for Twos. Steered away by Lasek. This one will float up in the air. Twos, pretty good fist of keeping in play, but already gone out. Twos.
That's
streaming
spirit,
close down the short pass.
That
He was
is
not
the
going to let him take it.
That is the way to do it, young lad. Good on you. You know, when you're seeing someone work that hard to close down a short goal kick, you know you've got someone who will work hard on a football pitch. Good on you, young Twos.
Certainly hustled away tonight. As the youngster is chased after everything.
It's been like there's been twos of him out there.
You've been waiting to use that all night, haven't you? Well worth it, well executed. As the Muffin will be able to play out from the back on this occasion. Seljet looking to close down, and this is where South did have some success in the game in the first half. Getting that press going, they probably didn't quite have the fitness to sustain it. It was working well early, although they've worked their way through this one quite nicely here. ST looking to thread a ball, but lacked the direction to spring Bygraves in behind. Brought down by Hardwick, who's had an impressive game. Lost to Lasek. Lasek's been quite happy to carry the ball out of defence, and immediately by Smithy Sharple's back to Murphy. The bullseye they go. That's a lovely pass for Curtis. Curtis looks to thread it for the running outfield.
Oh, well done.
Malungala, but good awareness from Hart, who's been very sharp off his line tonight, the young keeper. Showing expert judgment on a number of occasions.
Those sweeper keepers are such a crucial part of the modern game of football again.
He's not starting high up the field either. He's staying in his box, but he's just charging out and reading the play really well. Some good wheels as Juju looks to get involved in meaningful fashion here for the first time. And he wins a throw in out off of Hardwick. Taken by Ned Goodsir. Yes, for Twos, chests it down.
A little bit of a wrong in there, looped up that ball, but good for Bygraves here. He's got Mason Atfield out wide, competing with O, but O across quickly, just had the benefit of the spin on the ball there, knocks it away out the side, where he is to take a throw on their right wing. Smithy Sharple fills it in long to Malungala. Knocks it back, attempting for Smithy Sharples, just controlled well there, I think, from Lakaseljak, but they can't do a lot with that up the top. Olympia now just calmly keeping possession in the middle of the pitch. Attempting a lot of these balls in behind, and Malungala's lurking, but once again, Hart commanding the edge of his box and just whacks it away diagonally there. He's not going to get under that. It's Juju. He's coming, but Murphy smart off his line as Hart has been at the other end. Really good goalkeeping there.
Had to be on that occasion. That was nearly sprung. Wilkes working hard in midfield. It was Twos, in fact, and he was felled there by ST. Free kick South's way. Taken here. Ewan Larby. Key movers in midfield. He switches the play, looking for Lakaseljak.
This will be an interesting call. I've got no idea which way this is going.
The players do. Eventually it'll be given South Hobart's way. I think he might have nodded it into the shoulder of the Olympia player, but a tough one to tell.
Flip a coin on it as far as I'm concerned. I'm always happy to criticise the refs when I think I know, but got to admit, sometimes you just don't.
I don't think any of the players really have much idea. Normally you see one team, that's ours. Both teams are just kind of looking around. Which way is this going to go? South looking to profit from the situation. But throw in a good area. Juju offering a bit of a searching lead here. They go short instead. That's broken up, and the big shirt grab there, which is going to be brought back. So that's what we're after there, allowing the advantage to develop, and none was forthcoming.
Yeah, made it look like a pillow sheet on the line there for a second.
As it looks like Mitchell Harris is set to be introduced, and he will replace Jacob Bygraves. Dale Etching making his second substitution there. And Harris change things up for the Warriors and break these stalemate.
Olympia FC Warriors, Jacob
64 minutes without a goal here in the decider.
By Mitchell Harris.
So he's playing fairly direct at the moment. And Beanie, who's bobbing up on the right wing, trying to get him behind. So definitely change things here with that substitute of Harris. And this is the man they've brought into attack instead. ST picks it up in midfield. He looked to drive forwards, did well to keep a hold of it. How can he produce a cross of quality? Not on this occasion. The man of the year was there. He steered it away. They've coughed it straight back up though. They've just not been able to get a hold of the ball in this second half here, South Hobart. Hatfield played it in for Hills. Back to Hatfield. The substitute Harris looking for his first involvement. The other sub, Juju, was there. Harris just kept on keeping on, fell into his path, comes back across the face, attacking it and hitting it ferociously with Smithy Sharples, but he blazes over the top.
And the grandstand rumble. Not a bad blazing effort there from Smithy Sharples, and it was just the sheer intent there from the introduced Mitchell Harris there that managed to manufacture that chance, but just leaning back a little bit too much there was Smithy Sharples and blasted over the top of the bar. Still remains 0-0 in this under-20 statewide cup final as we creep into the 66th minute. Great ball there. A little bit of a handball, I think, from O, just perhaps in a little bit of an unnatural position there, but rightfully not given as a yellow card. Can certainly argue that that's a free kick, though.
He'll show the slice of cheese in the end, Nathan Coe.
Oh, does he?
He does. So
that's a bit harsh.
into the book goes Matthew O. Just feel like momentum shifting in Olympia's favour here. They ride it to the goal that would give them the lead in this game. I think it's Hills standing over the ball. What can you do here? It's in a very good position for the left footer. He conjure up some magic. He drives it straight into the wall. Ben Curtis first to the fall of it. Trying to bulldoze his way through, and it just deflects into the hands of Half. He'll immediately swing it down the middle, and he had nobody there, although the clearance is going to fall to one of his teammates, so it might work out all right. And a chance in behind here, it's Twos. And he get in behind of Hardwick.
Make the near post run.
Oh, left behind by the Muffin, but just turning was Juju. Yeah, to the fact, he's Hatfield. Back to ST. Hatfield. Hobart again getting the press going. Juju trying to win it back. A fierce challenge that from Hatfield. Right back decisively for his team. A good challenge as well in there from Larby. The challenge is flying in thick and fast at the moment, Hawks. And the crowd coming to life. They love it.
The crowd are coming to life. They're willing their team forward. Probably been Olympia who've had the better of it over the last 15 minutes or so. Larby now just looks to lob it up the side. C2's competing. Juju in support with him. Hardwick goes to ground when he didn't need to, but Two's just lost that in the flight. The ball flies away out wide now. It's a Beanie and O competing together, but neither of them can do too much with it. Throw in the way of the Warriors, and they're going to keep turning the screw here. Excitement building. Just feel that a resolution could be coming at some point.
Knocking on the door, the Warriors. They're looking the most likely, but they're looking themselves vulnerable if they don't put one away, because South Hobart have shown some flair on the counter-attack tonight, although that broke it up. Almost made it work for him there, Wilkes.
These young lads are starting to get stuck into the challenges, aren't they? The way it starts meaning more the closer you get to that final whistle. The closer you are to slipping up at some point, but we've got Malungala now. Great challenge coming in there from Walter Dayton, the man of the year. Malunga looks to get it going quickly, looks for ST. Ball only goes to Hills. Can't take control of it, and it'll be a throw in to Matthew O.
Who can find that one moment of quality in the final third to break this game open. One goal may well. This one's nodded forwards. Smashed their path of like a Seljak. Tracking that one down, couldn't quite get there.
Producer's just rightly pointed something out. Matthew O had a yellow in the first half. He did not get a yellow for that handball, did he?
Someone got a yellow.
Perhaps a little bit of dissent going in there for somebody else, or we could have a bit of an Australia-Croatia situation here.
No, I don't think so. Trust the judgment on that one.
Trust the judgment. So no yellow for the handball. But Mitchell Harris was in here before a powerful sliding challenge comes hauling in there from Zach Van Toor, who's been as sturdy as a door at the back. Got Ewan Larby now. He's looked to do that little sweeping hook move a few times just to get it out of the danger zone here for South. So getting overrun nearly. Hills now just gets in with the elbow. Does. Ooh, Two's just getting away with a little bit there, I think. Probably a bit of a charging foul there, perhaps. But the judge to be a throw in the way of South Hobart.
It was a free kick for South Hobart, actually. I don't know, he's a throw in, but definitely got away with the one there. Just assessing the options is Ned Goodsir. He throws it in the direction of Juju. He's looked lively since coming on. He's given a little bit of something too. Jeez, he's chested it down well tonight. And can he chase after this one? Working back was Hardwick. They had a couple there. Oh, poorly dealt with. Straight to Riley Morton. Deflects to the back post. Where like a Silverjet was lurking. It was rather unseemly at the back there. They escape, and behind it goes for a corner. They seem to have the situation well under control here, Olympia, initially. Now the clearance straight down the throat of Riley Morton. Not where you want to be playing it.
Crucial intervention there from, I think, Noah Smithy Sharples. Doesn't get a bit of a shoulder onto that one. It's big trouble. Twos now, curls it in near post. Riley Morton punched away there from the muffin. Dangerous looking ball that was, and Riley Morton was rising well. This looks to be what should have been a corner here. Just getting away with one there is Murfitt for the Warriors, so
perhaps a square up for this one on the wing a minute earlier.
We'll look at it that way, Andrew. As O plays a sweeping ball only as far as Mason Hatfield. Well read by Goodsir. Juju gets caught in possession by Hills. Hatfield in a position up here on the left-hand side, high and wide. But Juju just coming together before Hatfield decides to get back and help out.
Tired bodies out there at the moment. That might mean some extra space. A few more gaps will start to open up as both teams desperately chase this winner. They've got 20 minutes left in regulation, or to added time we will head. Olympia though, looking more likely. Curtis just didn't quite get the direction on it. Need to be wider for Hatfield, who'd taken up a good spot there.
Yeah, and Malungala was making a great run through the centre too, just to occupy that final centre back. And that Goodsir was a little bit further up the pitch. Dangerous positions. Now Wilkes skips past one. Great challenge coming in from your man ST, Chartiel. Take no prisoners.
He's going to be a physical force in years to come. He puts on a bit of size and muscle. Watch out for ST flying around the Warrior Park midfield. He looks a very likely type, and he threads it through here for Malungala and into the path of Abini. Can they unlock them here? Abini running at the South Hobart defence, weaving one way, then the other, then crossing, looking for Hatfield. Straining to get back was Goodsir. Back into the mixer, Goodsir away again. Ben Curtis nods it down to Hatfield. He'll want to go onto the trusty left foot instead. Jinks inside to the right, tries to screw it. That's why he wanted to get onto the left foot. As the right went straight to Matthew O, who that's a slightly panic clearance out of play. Didn't see an option he wanted, and probably wise not to dwell on it.
Balls are coming in thick and fast at all kinds of heights to this South Hobart defence, and they're looking at height like Highland dancers at some points here. Juju coming together, just tips it past Mitchell Harris. He's got a couple of runners up ahead, but Mitchell Harris is not being held back. Down he goes. Great strength, Juju. Great cross in. Bradley Lakaselyak, but too much on the cross. Great work from Juju up the right-hand side here. Incredible work, great strength, and great desire from Mitchell Harris to just keep going there. What brilliant play.
He's tried to foul him. He went the shirt grab and he ended up on the deck. Harris, Juju, leaving him in his wake. And he's really added something since coming on as Juju, as Olympia were preparing to make a sub, but now they just want to check that one of their players is fit. Discussion. I think it's been determined the players only got cramps, so the sub might go ahead, but they just want to make sure that their player down on the turf at the moment is all right before they make this sub. So they're just going to hold fire on that one for now, and Baddeley just going to have to wait for his moment. Just as he was about to be introduced, his big moment, he gets told to go take a seat.
Rude from the gods there to Baddeley, but we think he'll get his chance to get out there and run around in this state final, judging by how eager they were to get him on then. Just a little bit of a break there in the proceedings. Now Lessick gets his head up, nothing doing there as O just knocks it away. Another throw into the Warriors. Smithy Sharples has been very good today, very solid at the back. Contributed a bit going forward too.
Throw in, taken by the captain Matt O, although we might have a substitution. No, we won't quite have it yet. Throw flicked on. A chance for Lakaseljic to try and sneak in behind, but in a sec, winks that one away. Back into the middle, it went straight to Hills, and will this open up for Olympia? Made ST work for it, and then his pass was well cut out by Matthew O. Slightly disjointed. It's just been slightly off in attack for both these teams tonight. Might have that killer ball. Except for the one occasion, unfortunately, for Olympia, when the flag denied him, and that's why we're still locked at 0-0 with 15 to play. Can Woodfee Baddeley be the man to break it open?
And it's going to be Smithy Sharples, the man that is being subbed.
For Olympia FC Warriors.
Pretty good game tonight, Smithy Sharples.
Smithy Sharples.
Unlucky to be subbed out. Not
Woodfee Baddeley.
The castle, off he comes, and the fresh legs of Baddeley trying to win this one. The Warriors, a goal here will probably do it. It's Hills leading back in the race for this one. Retreats back to the muffin. Who's opting to sit off on this occasion. Murphy launches it straight to O. Picked up by a beanie. Now Hills turning inside into traffic. And one back by Morton. Oh, lovely fast feet there, but eventually lost it. Now Olympia turning and going. That's a crucial challenge from O, who has a bit of afters there with his Warriors marker, but play continues, and Eightfield is scything inside. He couldn't quite pick out Malungula. Things are getting a little testy there between the two sides for a moment. Like he was about to kick off in midfield. Atfield, kicked by Juju. More force since coming on.
Knocked off at the right word. Certainly been good out there, Juju. We now see Hills competing with Larby. Hills looks like he's won that challenge. The ball is with Lessick. It's the ball out to Abini, who looks like he's just slotted in as a right back now. Played in a couple of positions for the Warriors today now. The ball's to Hardwick. Been composed with his feet today. Ball's about to spill through to Atfield, but now it is that man, good sir. He combines with Juju. Lachlan Hardwick across to cover, and he'll just shepherd it out. Good composed defending there from Lachlan Hardwick. He's just about been the best player on the pitch, despite the fact that some of the dribbles that he's attempted have given me heart attacks. He's performed them with 100% success rate.
Yeah, one of the more experienced players out there, and he's certainly shown it. As we tick into the 78th minute, both teams just looking a little out of ideas for mine at the moment. There's not been a whole lot of chances in this half. It seems just breaking down in the final third. Will something happen to break this game open? At the moment, neither team able to really create anything of note. Into the middle it goes. He's just going to fall for it. Fell for Juju, worked it to twos, lost control of it, and Lasek put it away. O intercepting that, and the wide pass for the substitute Baddeley. He keeps it in and looks to weave inside. Drops it off now for Hills, who spreads it wide for Mason Hatfield in space. Mason Hatfield drives it wide of the post. It was the best chance of the half, but he can't capitalise, and we remain at a stalemate.
Just almost had a bit of too much time and space there, didn't he? Time to dwell on the ball almost, but it was a fantastic ball coming through. I think that was Hills that played it. All kinds of space, good sir. Just not quite marking his man as he could have there, and just couldn't get the power that he desired there at field. About a metre wide from that top left-hand corner. Close for the Warriors. Close, close, close. And they have used 3 subs here, haven't they, with the beanie down?
Yeah, I think they only named 3 subs too, didn't they? But, yeah, you're hoping this is just cramp. The way he's being treated would suggest it is just cramp.
Well, given that he's played left back, right back and right wing today, he's probably covered a fair bit of turf out there, a beanie, so certainly forgive the young lad for having a bit of cramp.
Let's see a bit more of it.
Pop down to the creek for the ice bath after the game. But now we have Van Toor. Just gets in and under that one. Headed away by Riley Morton. For a powerful coming together between Lakaselyak and Lesek results in the Warriors' free kick.
Into the final 10 just about now, and looks like this one's going to be a battle of attrition. Who's going to have something left as the clock ticks close to midnight? It's South Hobart on the attack here. Twos pops it off, and now Juju the target. He's played in behind. Will he get there before the keeper? No, the Muffin Murphy able to get there first.
Just one of those nicknames that we've come up with that is not apt.
We've not come up with it at all. Absolutely his nickname as it is. Not one of ours, that one.
No, not one of ours. Jeez, it sounds like.
Yeah, it is pretty ordinary as this one's worked forward.
There is nothing slow and doughy about that bloke. He has been sharp off his line today, the Muffin in goal.
Delicious
for the Warriors.
Delicious goodness, perhaps?
Yeah, delicious goodness, perhaps. Peppered with choc chips throughout.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to love a muffin. You just got to love the goalkeeping abilities of young Angus Murphy. He's certainly a prospect for the future there for the Warriors. There's another one of those, and Curtis is falling forward in midfield. Trying to break down this South Hobart defence. They've struggled to get in behind meaningfully really since Brayden Allen went off. That has hurt their attack. Hatfield has threatened a couple of times, but just hasn't quite had the service. He might be able to get on the end of this one, but again, thumped away by Zach Van Toor, who's been excellent for South Hobart tonight. In the game, defenders have dominated. He's been amongst the best.
Certainly has. Probably between him and Lachlan Hardwick for being the best player on the pitch. Both of them have just shut out everything that's come the way of their defence. But now Mason Hatfield, edge of the box here, a little attempt on the way through there from Samuel Hills. Before it's just lobbed away once again by Hart. Juju looking to get in behind. For a sub is going to be made now. And it is that man, Twos, coming off. He has run himself into the ground out there today, and the young man should be pretty proud with his efforts. Despite not scoring and despite starting as the number 9, you can't ask for too much more than that from your striker, shutting down and closing down, providing the forward press. It's not being provided with the silver service he needed to prod one home, maybe. Great game, Sam Twos. And his replacement is straight to the races, earning a corner.
Yeah, Hugh Fleming looking to get involved there, and thought he won a corner, but the decision has been given against him. So no such luck there for Hugh Fleming.
Perhaps the double ricochet, which can be easily missed by those of us up in the commentary box.
Might have been on that occasion. So Murphy to take the goal kick. Any team find will surely be the late winner. Here's a willing runner. It's a beanie. He can't get in behind a Matthew O, though. He's defended his flank pretty well today. And he's won the throw here for South Hobart.
Just a little bit more of that cramp maybe kicking in for a beanie there. Just grabbing at the leg a little. Certainly not going to be giving up anytime soon. What are these long balls are starting to be played a bit more. Big shirt tug there on the Warriors player. On Hills, he gets it to Hatfield. Hatfield running inside, shoots right foot! Swerving shot, what a save! Incredible save there from Lachlan Hart. What a driving effort there from Mason Atfield, bringing the game alive.
He's been lively, Mason Atfield, since coming on, but he's not quite been able to repeat his heroics from last year. He's come close on a couple of occasions. Some lovely work from Laka Seljack, but he had 2 to beat. And the second defender was in to win the day. He plays it further afield to Abini. Into the middle where Morton just settles it down to O, but he turns it over. They tried to find Hills and missed there by Larby, which saw it get through to Hills. He sends the diagonal for the lively Mason Atfield, who's going to have another run. He skips past one defender. Across comes Van Tool with a good challenge. Will it fall for Malungula? It's going to fall fast. Couldn't quite finish it. Back across to Hobart, who grabs it. They're barely hanging on South Hobart, but hang on they do. And they send it back the other way. Laka Seljack not going to get to that. Jeez. They are knocking on the door, Olympia.
They're hanging on, mate, but it's starting to look a little bit more like Mufasa trying to hang on to the gorge walls than it is looking like Frodo Baggins hanging on and getting pulled back up. Looks like they're going down if they keep this stuff up at the back. Worrying stuff for South Hobart, but despite the ping pong in the goal mouth, they just cannot get it in.
Probably sold hard short there too on replay. That was a good save. Upon reflection, O nods it down, lurking was Malungula, steered away into the middle. Well won by Riley Morton, looking to spring substitute Hugh Fleming.
Ned Goodser is just probably starting to be a bit too polite to Atfield out there. Might just start getting in a bit harder on the challenges now. It's getting given a lot of space out wide here, but the way that South Hobart's defence are getting sucked over to the side, it's really not going to be helping them out.
But comes through. Yeah, I think he's tiring a little bit too.
Yeah.
It will be a battle of attrition now. There are a lot of players showing signs of cramp. We might have another 30 minutes left of this one. If neither team can land the knockout blow in the next few, then it really will be a battle of attrition. So they go again down the left through Atfield. He's threatened to break this game open. Atfield dancing inside and driving. The shot was blocked into the path of O. Leaves the pressure by finding Morton and charge down by Benjamin Curtis in midfield. Leaving throw for South Hobart.
Samuel Hills, Mason Atfield and Malungula are really starting to turn the screws up top for the Warriors. Got to think that one of them's going to be breaking through pretty soon because they just keep going. But Bradley Laka Seljack, a rare moment here for South in attack. Once again, just knocked away there. It was Olympia's new substitute coming in there and getting involved. Great ball through. Mason Atfield in a bit of space. He's got Van Toor for company. Chucks inside to Hills. Hills can't play the 1-2 before Goodser just smacks it into the back of Van Toor. But like everything that's come his way, it is cleared by Van Toor's back.
Even when he's not looking, he's still doing the defensive discipline thing and putting it out. Here's Atfield, who's really starting to come into this one. The last 15 minutes, he's taking over this game, Atfield. Can he land the knockout blow? He works it inside for Hills, who's dispossessed nicely. Well done, Ewan Larby. Works it forward for Fleming. Played it in behind her, Juju, and Olympia regather the ball. Charging down here was Mitchell Harris, but showed too much of it to Van Toor. Clears to ST, who slides in. That's a cracking challenge to win the ball. He just wins it from behind so well. Just hooks that foot round.
The two subs out on this side for the Olympia Warriors in Atfield and Harris are giving poor Ned Goodser a bit of a bath at the moment. He needs more help from Juju. Great cross. Ball just cleared away there by the South Hobart defence though. Now it's Mitchell Harris. Olympia just continuing to relentlessly attack. Ball coming through now. Samuel Hills. The player who's looked tired. He turns, he shoots! Got it! Samuel Hills! He loves it! What a goal from the edge of the box! Turn, shoot, goal! 1-0!
Surely the match winner. They've only got a couple of minutes to hold out. And what a worthy match it will be. Samuel Hills with a spectacular goal. You can't hit a ball better than that. They had been huffing, they had been puffing, and they blow the door down through Samuel Hills with an absolute stunner. A goal that would be worthy of any cup final. On the left, pick that out.
Unsavable from Hills there. Incredible goal. And you're right, they were blowing on the door and the door has blown down. The whole house is gone and the house has been absolutely blown away. The Warriors fans ecstatic. 1-0 very late on. Could they be inflicting more late pain?
only got a couple of minutes to hold out. They're very close. South Hobart have not got long to respond. Olympia, and they see this one out. The Muffins can eat up every second he possibly can here. Have South Hobart got anything in them to fight back? They've barely been holding on. It really was Mufasa on the ledge. But can they claw their way back up? Here's the substitute Fleming. His cross is behind for a corner.
Well, I'll tell you what, it would take some of Fleming's writing to get them out of this situation, because it's going to take a real James Bond type manoeuvre to escape this one. We're seeing Larby come over now. Real last chance saloon now for South Hobart if they're going to equalise this one. But it's looking like a second year of late pain for them. Larby crosses near post. Poor attempted clearance. Falls, I think, or to ST. Abini just knocks it away long.
And Abini pulls up very ginger after that with a cramp, but he is not taking a backward step. South Hobart now to the substitute benches. They're going to introduce Ethan Grigg at the death here, and he will replace Ian Larby. So can he produce something late? He's just going to run up top and hope he can prove himself.
What a goal, Hills.
The hero, but Hills at the moment with an absolute stunner to separate the sides. We're about to tick into stoppage time. Malunga gets absolutely crunched, and now Affield's in behind. He could land the knockout blow here. Mason Affield driving into the box, firing, and a quick save from Hart. Gets the fingertips to it and keeps his side alive for a few seconds more at least. What a stop.
Really good save there from Hart. It was just sheer reaction save. And as the ball got in over the top, didn't Ned Goodsir do a good job to get those legs moving? So incredibly tired to just force Mason Atfield down a bit of an alley. And the shot well saved. Great reaction save there from Hart in the end. Absolutely no rush here for ST though.
Corner flag duty time, I reckon, unless there's a Noah Mees type character out there. But I think the cup final, I'd be expecting just keep this one in the corner for as long as possible. Although he hasn't actually got a short option at the moment, which is a little surprising. Perhaps he's going to cross it in. I thought a little game management might be in order here. He's going to swing the cross in though. They're going to try and land the knockout blow, and it's lead away to the back post. Turning on the ball is Malungala. Gets the better of Van Tour, turns back onto the right, crosses to the middle of nowhere really, but there's plenty of Warriors at the fall of it. Atfield first to it. He sends it wide, and now just going to try and dwell on the ball here is Hills, moving as the match winner. Works it back, the Warriors controlling possession. Charging after this one is Abini. Fighting hard for South Hobart, and they're going to get the goal kick, and they've got to reload and go quickly because they've not long.
He will go quickly. Has the capability to send it very long, but that's just a bit of a disappointing kick. And nearly saved there by Ned Goodsir, but probably the first disappointing thing that I've seen Hart do all day. He's been pretty magnificent for a keeper. If he's looking at his team being 1-0 down. However, things get going. There is still time for there to be a little bit of difference. Mitchell Harris just cops a bit of a trip there from Juju. And I think that could just about be all she wrote, Andrew Calling. I think there were 2 minutes of added time.
Yeah, that should be just about the ball game for Olympia. If they are smart, they'll just knock this one into the corner and kill it off. There's no need to swing this one in.
And a big Olympia crowd have gathered in this main grandstand. And they're going to be up and about in a second. The cross comes in, straight down the throat of Hart. Is there one more chance? Hart smacks it long. Who's he got down there? Nobody in particular other than Bradley Lakaseliak, but he can't quite get on the end of it. Could be time to blow the whistle now, Code, is it?
I think they've spent their petrol tickets here south, and another free kick. And they're surely just about home now, Olympia, for a second year running. They were made to work for it. And a goal ruled out in the first half, but what a winner it's looking like being from Samuel Hills. He'll be able to replay that one for years to come. And it will remain as spectacular as it was the first time. South Hobart, last chance saloon. They switch it wide. It's going to come down here. Ned Goodsir takes it in the middle, but they've lost it again. I think they've run their ace, South. I think they've run their ace. Olympia to Atfield. Mason Atfield threads it for Malungala. Malungala turning, tried to square it back for Atfield to the top of the box. Hills again. Now that one not quite matching the effort of before, but it probably won't matter. We've travelled 93 minutes now. It's 1-0 Olympia, surely. The whistle is imminent.
He's swallowed his whistle and he swallowed his watch, I think, at this point. But game on, game continues. A little bit further to go. Ball's just getting lobbed up.
So Mason Atfield knocks it over the top, and the final whistle rings out, and the crowd absolutely explodes. They love it, the Warriors. Under-20 statewide cup champions for a second year running, thanks to a breathtaking moment of magic from Samuel Hills.
What a marvellous goal, and you can tell what it meant to the crowd because it was a damn big roar that went up when that goal went in. Turn and shoot, young lad, and take a bow. And I didn't think he had it left in his tank because he had played quite an extraordinary game, covered every great blade of grass on this pitch, rather. And just in the end, it was as simple as that to win the game for his team. Have a look at it again. Look at that unstoppable top corner strike. Absolutely magnificent. And that will make his team champions. And that is a moment to remember for the rest of your life, young lad.
Really was. So we'll go now to the presentation. So I'm just going to vacate the commentary box. It's been a pleasure bringing this one to you. Samuel Hills with the match winner. 1-0. You're going to hold down the Fort Morgs, or we're just going to go to the presentation? I'll let you decide. I think we'll go to the presentation. So that's all from us here at Slice of Cheese. We'll go down for the trophy presentation now for the champions, the Olympia FC Warriors.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for a wonderful game of football here at KGV. Well done to both teams. Congratulations to Olympia on obtaining the Under-20 Statewide Cup. First of all, I'd like to thank our match officials today. Could you come up and be presented by the referee manager, Tony Kidd, the medal. Please show your appreciation for our match officials. Could I please have the Olympia captain come up? All right, I think both teams are great. Thanks to the supporters and fans from both teams that have come out this evening. Great atmosphere. Thank you. And South Hobart, it's always a pleasure playing you guys. Thank you. Thanks, Davis. SC. Mitch Harris. Noah Smithy Sharples. Jackson Abey. Angus Muffet. Billy. Sam Hill. Tracy Firegrave. Chase Nutfield. And Bryson Allen. Moses, would like to come forward? Dale Hitchens.
Speech!
Matt, physio.
Once again, congratulations, Olympia FC Warriors, statewide under 20 champions.